So, welcome back to our Pro Cyclist mode on Pro Cycling Manager 2024. Last episode, we took our first Grand Tour stage win with Benji Nasen at the Giro d'Italia after a fantastic lead out by Alex Aramburu. And after that stage, we are dominating the points classification by 70 points on Jordi Meus. But you might remember, we have a small problem. Tim Merlier is also in this race, and he's the sprinter we have to work for. But hopefully our team quickly realizes that we are dominating the points classification, so deserve leadership. Cause yeah, I don't want to be riding for Tim Merlier right now. And seemingly, he also doesn't want to ride for me. Anyway, when it comes to the race, 8 stages behind us, 13 left to come, but most of them are mountain stages. What I'll do is I'll try to focus on stage 10, 11, 12, 13, and also 18, because those are flattest stages, so the ones that fit me the most. But I also want to ride stage 9, because while we can't get any points at the finish line, I do believe we can get towards that first intermediate sprint halfway the stage. And hey, 12 points is 12 points. Okay, starting off with roll teammate. No, I'm not doing that. I'm going in the breakaway. There goes Nasen, attacking with lots of other riders. Looks like the breakaway has formed 20 riders, 3 minutes 30 on the peloton. I don't care about the size of the group because I'm only here for this intermediate sprint. Last 1.5 kilometers towards the sprint. I'm leading the front group and it's looking very good. There comes the sprint. Anyone going to try and beat me? No, it doesn't look like it, so I can just roll over the line. 12 points in the pocket. And actually, because the breakaway is that large, that means that no other riders from the peloton can get points here. Which, hey, I love it. Anyway, the big steep climbs are starting, so I'm sitting up in the breakaway. I'm not going to spend more energy in the stage. I'll try to go to the finish line and save my energy for tomorrow. Despite maintaining position at 40 effort, my dude is still very tired crossing the line, but Joao Almeida wins the stage. But most importantly, thanks to that intermediate sprint, now 85 points ahead on Jordi Meus in the points classification. And 125 on Tim Merlier. Get wrecked, loser. Next up is a hill stage, but I'd like to believe it actually fits us, just like stage 8. Because on Pro Cycling Manager, despite pure sprinters able to survive this parkour, opposing teams tend to go for their puncher or versatile sprinter. And well, I've got the sprint stat to beat those guys. Despite my beautiful Ciclamino jersey, my team still sees me as a teammate, so I'm working at the front of the peloton for 30 kilometers. I want the experience. Anyway, 38 kilometers done, so we're complete. Let's get off the front and start waiting for the sprint. The breakaway is also 8 riders, so the intermediate sprint points are basically gone. This race is actually really punchy to the point that I need to watch out to not get dropped. Merlier, I'm not riding for you, buddy. You're almost dropped, so I'm looking after myself here. Honestly, I cannot believe it. At the moment, Merlier is in a group 2 minutes behind, and still, my team is not riding for me. Guys, it should be super obvious. I can win this race. So, last 8 kilometers, a group of 24 people now. Merlier is dropped for the 5th time today. Breakaway has been caught. I'm looking pretty good, but I get no help from the team, so that is pretty sad. 3.8 kilometers, I'm in the wheel of Binyam Girmay, but we're pretty far behind in the train here, so this is not likable. Come on, we gotta move up, Last 2.3 kilometers. I want to move up. Binyam, bring me to a good position. Last 1.3, I'm gonna move up myself. There goes my sprint. Chegar on the left side. Narvaez in the wheel. I think I can win this. There goes Benji Nasen. 2nd stage win of the Giro d'Italia. Securing Ciclamino even more. What a win, man, what a win. And all of this without a single second of help from our entire team. If anything, we worked for Merlier at the start of the stage, so this is a glorious win. And thanks to that victory, 195 points right now in total in the points classification, so 110 on Meus. But hey, reality is, even if I have 1,000 points, my team still wouldn't be riding for me, which is kinda sad. Well, at least our manager's happy. 35 XP from this stage. And actually, we level up to level 16, so that's nice. We also get a progression of attributes, so increasing our stats. We can only do Northern Classics, so 81 cobble stat instead of 80. That should help in Paris-Roubaix next year. When it comes to our skill point, I've decided to go for training level 3, so less build-up of tiredness. Anyway, stage 11 is a pure sprint stage to Reggio Emilia. Tim Merlier is the 2nd favorite, so I don't like that. Just like basically every single stage, I'm working in the peloton because my team is asking me to do so. 30 kilometers of work, so let's go. Our work is about to be done. Benji Nasen off the front, 30 kilometers done. The breakaway today is 5 riders, so there's still about 3 points available for the peloton, so I might consider sprinting for that. Even if I get 1 point, it's still a point. 3 kilometers towards the intermediate sprint. I gotta say, I don't like that Merlier is trying to get to my wheel. Can I get towards the wheel of some lead out? Oh, other people are already sprinting? What are they doing? Yes, they're sprinting. Let's get to the wheel of Koy and nah, I'm not getting points here. I am not getting points here. Not at all, not even close. Well, that was a complete waste of energy. Into the last 12 kilometers as we speak, the sprint trains are setting up, including mine. I've got a sprint train today. I'm in the wheel of Tim Merlier. He doesn't realize he's my lead out, but he shall realize pretty soon. Actually, not looking too great for my train. Merlier only has one rider left, so I'll switch towards Caden Groves on the left here. Can I move up even more, maybe to Koi's wheel? That would be nice because Groves is also alone now. Energy Shell with the last 3.5 kilometers is kind of late, but I'm moving up to the wheel of Meus. Can I do that? Should have stayed in the wheel of Koi. Should have stayed in the wheel of Koi. Maybe should have stayed in the wheel of Merlier even, because that man is looking quite good right now. I am so far behind. I am so far behind. Can I get any points right here? Merlier's pretty close to the victory, but Binyam Girmay takes the win and he's pretty close in points, so I don't like that. Gotta say, without teammates, I'm struggling quite a bit with the wheel surfing. Only 12th position today. And well, we've lost a lot of our lead. Only 66 points left on Binyam Girmay. Let's try to make sure he doesn't get any closer. Now, sadly, the next stage, Binyam Girmay is the favorite. Although I do think we can compete here. Because, well, it's once again a hill stage that will most likely end in a sprint. And I reckon I can survive. And actually, on the left side, I can see a team. We've got a team today. We've got teammates! This is fantastic! Roughly 16 kilometers to go. My entire team is spacing at the front of the peloton because the break still has 2 minutes 20 with 17k to go. So they've got the upper hand right now. So Leonardi, get working, bro. Albanese was the last breakaway rider. He has been caught with 5 kilometers to go. So a perfect work by the team right here. And finally, I've got the lead out. 4.3 kilometers to go and I've got 3 riders in front of me. That's actually a lot. So I might switch. Oh, wait a second. So I've got Lampard and Lamperti. That's quite confusing, but I'll actually go with Lampard pretty soon right now because I don't want to have too many riders either in this final. Energy Shell on myself. Last 3.5 kilometers. Dox is riding there. I don't know why, but I'm okay with it. Come on, Lampard. Keep on going. Keep on going. Spending so much energy. I do not like it. Lamperti's ready for the lead out. Already? Do I go already? It goes slightly uphill. I'll have to go 97, something like that for a second here. Let's try and get past. Launch right now. Nasen launches right now from the wheel. No Binyam, nowhere to be seen. Come on, Benji. Cross the line first once again. Yes, indeed. A hat-trick unofficially for Benji Nasen. Another GIRO stage in the pocket. Sorry? Tim Merlier who? I can't hear you, buddy. Where are you, in the gruppetto? Absolutely stunning work by the team for the first time in this Grand Tour, so amazing to see. And we win, so we pay it back to the team. And of course, as a consequence, 224 points now, so roughly 91 or so on Binyam now. Like, the points classification is not completely secure yet, but we are getting quite close to it. Actually, pretty sure stage 13 is the second last sprint stage in this race. Once again, Merlier's second favorite, so I don't expect to have team support on this one. Well, at least we're not getting role teammate anymore, so we don't have to work for Merlier at least. And actually, just as I say that, my dude still tries to control me. No, Tim, I'm not working for you. So, 15 kilometers to go. Let's get into Caden Groves' wheel and let's try and do a wheel surfing contest again. Entering the last 3 kilometers, I decided to go for the wheel of Tim Merlier because, well, he's got the lead out, and last sprint stage, the flat one, he decided to do pretty well, so let's try and beat him right now. There we go. Perfect wheel, perfect wheel. We tried to come past on the right side of the road. Binyam on the left side of the road. Can we win this one? No. Binyam's gonna take it again. Ah, that's bad for the points classification. And also, I was so eager to beat Tim Merlier that I launched too early, so I finished 9th in the end. Oh my god, a massive jump by Binyam. Now only 32 points behind, so he's getting super close again. We gotta find a way to keep this man behind us. Stage 14 is a medium mountain stage and it's too hard for us to really do something, so I'll quick sim this one. Looks like Santi Butragos won the stage. But sadly, Binyam got another 5 points in this one. Now 27 points behind us. Stage 15 is a proper mountain stage, but there's an intermediate sprint before the first climb, so I might try and ride this one, go in the breakaway and take those points. So the race has begun and we're attacking into the breakaway. This breakaway is absolutely massive. 25 riders in this breakaway. That's crazy. But hey, we've only got one goal, this intermediate sprint. 12 points is what we need. 2 kilometers towards the sprint. I should probably start moving up right now. Come on, get to the front, get to the front. Last 1.3 kilometers, there comes the sprint and we get our free 12 points. So That went perfectly. Anyway, the climbing has begun. My stage is basically over, so let's try and cruise towards the finish line. The breakaway actually ended up winning with Nilsen Paulus taking the victory, but more importantly, we take 12 points in the stage and Binyam 0, which means our lead extends to 39 points now. Still far from secure though. Now sadly, on stage 16, there's a massive mountain before the first sprint, so there's no way I'm surviving before that. This one's gonna be a quick sim. Ola, a 1-2 for UAE Team Emirates, Joao Almeida ahead of Adam Yates. And in GC, still being led by Thomas Gloag. I don't know how, but somehow Binyam Girmay managed to get 4 points on this stage. So yeah, once again my lead goes down to 35 points only. I swear these quick simulations are not on my side. Now this 17th stage is a little bit different. Yes, a climb at the start, but it's only 10-ish kilometers, and basically I'll start at the front of the peloton, so I reckon I might be able to get in the breakaway here, and if I can, then I can go for that intermediate sprint about 75% into the race, so that's my goal here. We simply can't let Chiclamino be decided by a single flat sprint stage in week 3 because, well, Binyam's been dominating those. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and the race begins. Okay, my timing was off. 3, 2, 1, okay. My timing was off again, but I'm going in the breakaway anyway. Jesus Christ, Brandon McNulty, Ben Zwihov, Lipovic, Madouas, Carfi, these are all far better climbers and I am immediately caught, so this is not working. Instead, I'll try to set Lampard at the front of the peloton on maybe 75 pacing. That might stop people from attacking, and if I can get this peloton over the top, then I might be able to attack into the breakaway afterwards. Okay, it didn't stop people from attacking, that's for sure, because people are attacking and they're getting away, so that's not what I was looking for. That being said, we're about to top this mountain and this is the state of the breakaway. They're not really getting away, so we might be able to still pull this off. Absolute perfection right now. We are recovering with Benji and Lampard is controlling every single attack at the front. Small gap opens up, but I reckon we can close that. There we go. There comes the attack. I'm trying to get Leemreize and Lampard in the break with me, and that does not seem to be working. Come on, guys. Close me. Close me, guys. Yes, I've got teammates up here. So I've got 2 teammates in the breakaway. They can start pacing to keep this break going because then I've got a larger chance of getting to that sprint. The chasing group has caught up, so 23 riders in this breakaway, but the gap is only a minute. Hopefully that grows. Roughly halfway the stage and the gap to the peloton is still 2 minutes only, with about 40 kilometers towards the intermediate sprint, so it's actually not looking perfect right now. Okay, it took blood, sweat and tears, but we are making it towards that intermediate sprint. Lampard is done for after a fantastic day of work. Leemreize is about to do the lead out. 1.5 kilometers to go, it's slightly downhill, there goes our move, no one else sprinting, or is Sobrero sprinting? He's kind of sprinting in our wheel, so I'm fine with that. We take the 12 points, so now a lead of, let me do the math for a second, 47 points? Anyway, the climbing has begun, so I've dropped myself from the breakaway. Leemreize was also kind of done for, so he might as well stay with me. That's the end of our stage. The stage was won by Valentin Madouas from the breakaway once again, and despite it being a pretty tough stage, we got what we wanted, so 47 point advantage on Binyam. Gotta say, I'm still somewhat scared of him though, especially for this stage, a flat stage, stage 18, because on the flat stages so far, Binyam's been able to get so many points across the board that if he gets a massive amount again, he might be able to get past me this time around. But we simply can't let that happen, so let's try and find a way to beat him. So, looks like the breakaway is forming, 5 riders up the road. Squins is not too happy with that, and Cherny as well, which, come on Cherny, stop pacing buddy, because the larger the breakaway, the better for us. The less points available at the intermediate sprints, the better for us. Sadly, Cherny kept pacing down the breakaway, so there's only 3 riders up the road now, which means that there's still 5 points available at each of the intermediate sprints. So yeah, we'll have to go for them. So, 7 kilometers towards the intermediate sprint, I have to move up in the peloton and I'll try to get to the wheel of Binyam Girmay. There we go, in Binyam's wheel, 2.9 kilometers to go. We've got an entire Intermarché lead out trying to beat us, so we gotta make sure we get past Chernido on the right side of the road. Söderqvist don't block us. Last 1.5 kilometers. Come on, Benji. Come on, Benji. Come on, Benji. Girmay right now from his wheel. There we go on the right side. He's kind of blocking us. Come on, Benji. Come past, come past, come past. No! He beats us, but we only lose 1 point, I think. Anyway, next sprint coming up in about 4.5 kilometers. The breakaway might actually be caught by then, because it's only 2 riders 17 seconds ahead in the wheel of Binyam Girmay once again, which he's not exactly having the perfect wheel himself. Cherny, don't block me, buddy. Don't block me. We gotta stay in the wheel of Binyam. 2.5k to go. The break is getting caught, so it's gonna be for 12 points. Perfect wheel, 1.6. No Tim Lear, I don't want to work for you. There we go from the wheel of Binyam. He's gonna take us once again. He's gonna take us once again. We're gonna get third, but once again, only losing by 1 position. On the right top, we can see 44 points ahead on Binyam now. But the final sprint is yet to come. Okay, the last 4 kilometers of the last sprint stage of the Giro. So let's follow Binyam's wheel and let's try and beat him. Or at least be close enough to not lose too many points. Last 2.5 kilometers. Lots of quick step riders. Not a single one helping me, but Binyam's lead out is looking great. Lampard blocks me. Moschetti right there. 1.3 I'm going to launch right now. Can we get through is the question. Can we get through? Binyam can't get through. We're going to beat Binyam. Binyam's going to beat us, but we are not losing too many points. I think Jonathan Milan wins the sprint, but what a chaotic final. We are 8th, Binyam is 6th, so we defended our Ciclamino. And actually, across the stage, we only lost 7 points towards Binyam, so still a 40-point lead. Honestly, I think we're pretty much safe. I think our man Benji Nasen has just won the Ciclamino jersey, the points classification of the Giro. Like realistically, on stage 19, there's only this intermediate sprint for Binyam, so 12 points available, so I feel pretty safe to quicksim this. Yeah, Binyam scored 11 points, so not the 40 he needs. By the way, Adam Yates won this stage, and Joao Almeida is the new leader of the Giro d'Italia. And well, on stage 20, just like the previous stage, only 12 available points for Binyam because he's not winning that sprint on the final climb. That's for sure. So once again, I'll quicksim this. And again, Adam Yates wins the stage ahead of his teammate Joao Almeida. And actually, somehow Binyam managed to get the full 12 points at the first intermediate sprint, which, that's a bit odd. There must not have been a breakaway, or he must have been in the breakaway. Nonetheless, when it comes to the points classification, we are still comfortably in the lead. And well, this last stage is a time trial, so there's no way Binyam wins this. I don't know how, but Adam Yates managed to win this one as well, so 3 stages in a row. But his teammate Joao Almeida is the winner of the Giro d'Italia 2027? I'll be honest, I've forgotten which year we are in. But most importantly, the winner of the Ciclamino jersey, Benji Nasen, by 17 points on Binyam Girmay. That is what we're talking about. Victory. Congratulations. First distinctive jersey won in the World Tour, 50 points. Finishing our first Grand Tour, another 60 points, but no level 17 yet. But honestly, a pretty fantastic first Grand Tour for us. We didn't start winning from the get-go, but eventually 3 stage victories. I think most of them were actually hilly sprints. And then finally, securing that points classification. What a beautiful race. But I'm afraid that's the end of today's video. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.